My name is Bryant. I'm the president of RizeUp Media. We're a full-service digital marketing agency here in Aliso Viejo, California. All we do is work with lawyers, and it's anywhere from building out website design, custom, search engine optimization, content creation. We also do Google ads. We do local service ads, and we do Facebook advertising as well. So, in a nutshell, that's what we do. We've been around for about 7 years now. My role at RizeUp Media is really more of a integrator within our whole company, right? Everything from operations to HR, kind of like a managing partner in a law firm, but I have a sales background, so I'm very involved in the sales side of it as well. So we first discovered Smith.ai from one of our clients. It was a criminal defense attorney in New York City, and he was the one that put us on to or what Smith.ai does as a service, and that's how. Well, the reason why it was so meaningful is, that the specific client gets so many leads, gets so much traffic to their site, does so much advertising, and his intake is really good. That's a big issue when it comes to legal marketing is lawyers aren't great at intake. And he shared with us Smith.ai and how he utilizes it, and so we knew it would be a perfect fit for us to partner with Smith.ai and our clients. One of the biggest issues in the legal marketing space for small law firms is they're busy. They're in court. They're doing work. They're doing lawyer work, and they don't have time to answer their phone. And they do have secretaries, but sometimes they're super busy. Sometimes their paralegals are answering the phones. So Smith.ai has been a great way for their intake to capture all those calls and intake for them. We offer that as a partner solution to all of our clients. We send them over, and Smith.ai has been able to take care of them, implement a strategy for them with their call services, whether it's English, Spanish. The technology's been great for them. So yeah, very easy transition. More of just kind of a warm handoff and say, hey, you should do this if you want to increase your caseload. Well, the results have been amazing. The retention, it definitely puts some glue within our relationship with the client. But for them, just a small percentage of phone calls being answered and whatnot can make a huge difference depending on the type of cases they do. It could mean thousands or sometimes hundreds and thousands or sometimes millions of dollars if they're able to get to that call and it doesn't hit the floor because potential clients are going to usually call somebody else if nobody's picking up the phone. Yeah, so we use call tracking with all of our clients. We use CallRail. So it's dynamic call tracking. We can track all of their different products they have with us. And more times than not, we're seeing that the calls aren't getting answered, right? So it's like, hey, why are you paying money for marketing when the calls are hitting the floor? The leads are hitting the floor. So it's easy. You can see it, plus we have some AI tools, in tracking our leads for our clients, right? And we can see what percentage of those calls are being answered and whatnot, and what's just hitting the floor, going to voicemail. So easy transition for us to, recommend Smith.ai. It just seems that most of the competition is pretty Mickey Mouse, and it's more of just like an answering service, whereas the technology with Smith.ai allows our clients to, some lawyers have a lot of, are really good with technology, and Smith.ai's technology allows them to implement a really good system. Some of them aren't, right? And they just want to make sure that they're getting the phone answered. But price-wise, the cost seems to be in line, definitely. It's a great partnership because, when clients see success, they see that calls are being answered. They see that they're getting back to them. They're signing up more clients. They're getting more retainers. They're getting more settlements. And they're increasing their budgets, right? Because they know they can scale their business from there because, they don't have that fear anymore that, well, why am I paying for money if the phone's not going to get answered? When it comes to legal marketing, education is super important, right? Because they don't know what they don't know, and they're attorneys, and they don't want to admit that they don't know it. But as they start seeing success, by utilizing, some of the tactics that Smith.ai puts together, it just gets them to expand their marketing and get into different markets, try different products because they feel comfortable now, right? And they feel like, oh, wow, this is going to help me grow my business. So it's been great partnership with that to help, them expand their business. It puts their guard down to now understand that, hey, you know what, this is advertising is kind of a math equation, right? If we can get, X amount of calls and they're turning into X amount of appointments, well, they can invest more money into their business and into other channels, whether it means investing into a CRM, tracking their leads and whatnot. So overall, it just helps them increase their business, and that's why we recommend it. The call tracking purposes of, us that we're implementing for our clients really helps them understand that, like, sometimes their receptionist, their paralegal, whoever's answering the phone is terrible, and they're actually rude to their clients. So it allows them to go, oh wow, do I want to hire somebody else, or would I rather outsource this to professionals like Smith.ai? And so that's been super helpful because then they realize we have a partnership with them and we understand, well, we're not just helping them, get their phone to ring, but actually notifying them that, hey, your employees need to get better, right? That's how you get better as a business. It's not what exceeds our expectations, right? Putting the client first. It's great to see when they start realizing they can actually scale their business and that they're not just pouring money into the drain for advertising, but like each dollar they know it's getting taken care of, and that dollar can be, turned into a really good return on investment when they have, a good call service. I'd recommend Smith AI to anybody that wants to grow their business, and realizes that they're not experts at answering the phone. So you might as well put that in the hands of somebody that is. With regards to other agencies and relationships that we've made, I recommend Smith AI all the time to them. Like, hey, offer this to your clients. It's great. When their clients win, everyone wins.